body, baby. Feel on your body, baby. I say, hell yeah.
Can I reintroduce myself for the city of the shine, West Side anime? Look at the flame to the Mary Jane, now with the same thing, remain in the left lane, keep game. With the in the ashtray, got on the freeway, spreading the cologne on the car seat. Then I got over Big D and 6 Street. They was speak and tell, you understand me? I was sipping up a killer about to fade out. Got over the mud, had the whole league laid out. With the Gucci on the dough, she got us some OG, cause I ain't down there broke me. So I'm calling for emojis. For Emma keys. Walked up, now she know me. I gotta keep her moving, cause she probably be the police. So I church her, telling me at the Range Rover. Been getting money, so I gotta go change clothes. Bump up with the stank, then I bring a hotel, cause I got it on the main floor. All them looking bad, but I want it the main floor. What you think I'm speaking game for? Cause I can talk a left without a stop. Underlay.
I got a prayer for your body. Girl, I need your body. I see you on my body. Every time I see your body, I say, and if you was a car, girl, you'd be a better.
What?
Ain't no telling if I tell you what I do. Yeah, I do.
You were checking out the Danny Morrison show, KBLA talking today.
That's fire.
That reminds me of Can You Stand the Rain from Tonight to Start.
Oh no, that wasn't it.
But that wasn't. No?
That wasn't it.
A little bit.
Nope.
Andy, was that okay? Well, no.
Too bad.
That's what I'm saying. I was on key.
There's a video on YouTube circulating R&B songs featuring Nehu.
What do you mean? Featuring someone saying that word?
Well, basically, it's like a compilation of music videos from the early 90s, a lot of R&B videos, starting off with the singer basically going, Nehu.
That is hilarious.
That's funny.
Swear to God. Just go on YouTube, search Nehu R&B songs.
Wow.
It's funny, man.
I'm going to assume Can You Stand the Rain is in there.
Oh, my God.
Look at you, Robin. Y'all should see Robin sweating. Danny, I know you had her like that.
No, I'm not sweating. It's just hot in here.
No?
No.
Y'all, by the way, go to @Robin Ayers right now, Instagram. Go inside Robin's stories, and she posted a story today about her. It's not a story, it's a post.
About what?
About your journey.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
it's a
and y'all got to see the evolution, the metamorphosis of Robin Ayers. And I was like, hey, Robin, you out here doing it.
Thanks, Danny Mo. I be trying. I be out here.
You are a host, obviously, author, red carpet, what do you call it?
Correspondent.
Thank you. You are your interview. You are a help me. Your interviews that you do on Instagram. What do you call those? What would digital interviewer? What do you call it?
I mean, sure. I think it's under the same thing as what you said already. Like, I just call myself an entertainment correspondent.
Yes. You're a social activist, I think. You put on events, women empowerment events. You're a mother. You're a wife. Lord.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Really?
I appreciate that.
We need black women like you out here.
Thank you, Danny.
We really a bunch of black women out there putting it down.
Yeah.
But when I look at the younger generation, I go, oof.
Oh, my goodness. What I tell you is scary. And I just put up something in my stories the other day saying the things that I come across that the women are doing on social media to get attention and to get likes. I mean, it triggers me. It really does. Like, I see the worst things, and I'm like, you do not have to do that. You are enough. You are just enough, just as you are. And I wish more women understood that and promoted that, and just did something better, because the stuff that I'm seeing is just it's gross.
I don't want to come across as an old crotchety black man. You know, when they say, whatever, boomer, you don't know what you're talking about, boomer. I've noticed a trend lately, watching a lot of black women showing their behinds on social media. Every age. From twerking to dropping it low. Every black woman, it seems like, is turning around and showing her behind. Hands hitting the floor. Is that a new thing?
I don't think it's a new thing. I'm going to take it back when I was younger at the little school parties and stuff like that. It was like winding, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people would do like the wine or whatever. And I think that there was always a form of it, but it's just gotten nastier. It's gotten more, what's the word?
I don't know. I was hoping you could give it to me.
I don't know the word. I don't know what to call it. I mean, it's just short of egregious, you know, because, and I call it
short of egregious? I don't know. I think it actually is.
Is it egregious? I mean, I call it just short of that just because, depending upon who's watching it, if like young girls are watching it, I will call it egregious, you know, but if you're a grown woman, it's probably not going to offend you the same way. You know, you might hope that you stop seeing that type of stuff, and you can report it. You could actually report on, like if you're on Instagram, for instance, the type of stuff that you don't want to see. You can do something about it, but and speaking of that, I've not done that. I've not reported.
I've never reported anybody. I want you to be, once again, I don't believe it.
Make note of what you don't want to see on social media, and I think they'll show you less of that. So it's not reporting anybody for their content, because I don't want to report anybody. I've been reported for things that I didn't think I deserved, you know, at
all. You got reported recently for the D.L. Hughley thing, which was definitely unfair.
I did. Yeah, it was flagged and taken down, and then his stayed up, as a matter of fact. I was like, and then I didn't say a word on my video. I just, you know, it was just crazy.
It's the dumbest thing in the world.
Yes, I hate when people do that to me, so I wouldn't want to do that to anybody else just for something you thought you wanted to put up. That's your own choice, you know, but if I don't want to see it, then I shouldn't have to see it. But in addition to that, if we have young kids, and thank God my kids aren't on social media, they're not on Instagram. They do have TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
They have TikTok, and so I'm still cautious about what they're watching on there, but it's not, to me, in my opinion, nowhere near as bad as the things that we're seeing on Instagram.
Oh, you're absolutely. Let's be honest. Beyonce's cuff it. Everybody's doing a little TikTok video or whatever to that. Mm-hmm. And notice they'll do the dance, which is universal. Everybody knows the dance. Mm-hmm. The minute they stop doing the actual routine, they turn around and they start working. 100% of, and I go, why?
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's just the new, it's not new, but the way that we're doing it is just a new way, a new form. You know what I mean? It's just a trend. I think it'll maybe, hopefully, die down at some point.
Well, it broke my heart when I saw Meg Thee Stallion was at some concert recently. It was a big one. I don't know if it was the iHeart Awards or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she was bent over half the thing, half of her performance.
She always is, though.
Okay, so why?
No, I'm not saying it's all right. I'm just saying she is. That's her signature thing.
And then I saw Nicki Minaj lying on. Did you see that?
I saw it. It was
lying on the ground, spreading her legs. I'm saying spreading her legs.
Yeah, completely spreading her legs. I mean, it's just for no reason.
No reason.
Nope, no reason.
Are you trying to be, sexually aggressive? Are you trying to be risque? Are you trying to be controversial?
All of the above. I don't think it's trying to be controversial. I think this is what the culture is, and it's socially acceptable, because you hear not only men, but you hear the women now, like, hooping and hollering for these girls as soon as they women. Like, and it's crazy to me that this is what it is. This is acceptable.
Oh, I always go down the thread, and trust me, that's exactly what they were saying. What you're saying is, go on, Nikki, show them who the queen, show them. I'm like, so that's how you show them you're the queen, by spreading your legs on stage?
Danny.
Yeah.
What if Janet Jackson did it?
When we come forward, I will take a cold shower because the imagery in my brain. I'm just saying, if Janet Jackson did it, I would be on here doing a 180 and saying exactly the opposite. I'm just We get back to the phone calls. Talks to Kyrie, talks to Kanye, inside the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Y'all stay right there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles, middays to night. Like George and Weezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Did you know that most of the judges in our courts are former prosecutors and corporate lawyers? This election, you can vote for community lawyers to be your local judges instead. I'm Carolyn Gian Park, and I'm running for judge of the LA County. I chose a career representing working people and defending civil rights. I believe in accountability and rehabilitation. Vote for change. Vote Park for Judge, seat 118. Paid for by Park for Judge 2022 FPPC 1446510.
The Los Angeles Urban League helps African American and others in underserved communities achieve true social parity, economic self-reliance, and civil rights. For over 100 years, Los Angeles Urban League has ensured our communities have access to careers with living wages, opportunities to start and grow businesses, and clear pathways to personal and professional growth. Programs like BizCamp, Construction Career Academy, Bob Business Ready, and B-Warp. The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program are examples of the ongoing events designed to make our centennial mission to rebuild Black Wall Street right here in LA a reality. To sign up for our newsletter or to support the Los Angeles Urban League with your time, talents, and donations, visit laul.org. That's laul.org. The Los Angeles Urban League is a proud sponsor of Urban Family Focus, Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KBLA Talk 1580.
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. Accident attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Our team is in it to win it, and we'll fight to get the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
Inglewood healthcare workers, patients, and community leaders are urging you to vote no on Measure HC, the unequal pay measure.
HC raises pay for only certain healthcare workers, but workers at 73% of Inglewood's healthcare facilities get nothing.
In fact, Measure HC excludes workers at community clinics, urgent care centers, Planned Parenthood, and other providers that serve low-income and uninsured patients. HC will create staffing shortages and jeopardize access to quality health care for the most disadvantaged.
And Measure HC will increase healthcare costs by millions of dollars every year at a time when Inglewood working families can't afford higher prices.
Measure HC. Unequal,
unfair,
costly.
Please vote no on HC.
Ad paid for by No on Measure HC. Inglewood Healthcare Workers and Providers Against the Unequal Pay Initiative, sponsored by the California Association of Hospitals and Health Systems. Committee major funding from California Association of Hospitals and Health Systems.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, man. Janet Jackson's husband, Danny Morrison. Don't y'all leave me out here by myself.
Oh, you out here by yourself?
Did you see her picture today?
No.
She was at an event with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and they were playing her music. Go on her page. She posted a picture of her looking like she was still on Control back in 1988. I'm telling you right now, I had to take a cold shower.
Oh, my gosh.
And it is not my fault if that soap is so slippery. Don't you blame
gosh.
Don't blame me!
What more do you want?
I'm just saying. It is, in my house, it's always the smallest soap in the house. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You see it?
She looks beautiful.
Incredible.
This might be too much information, but soap, Danny, that don't burn.
That's a good conversation.
I'm just saying, like,
y'all can talk about that.
First of all, yes.
Oh my gosh.
And especially on both ends.
Don't we have callers?
Why would you put yourself through that?
I think there are callers who want to have great conversation.
You're not a bar soap guy?
Oh my gosh.
I love Lever 2000. I'm a Lever 2000 guy.
I'm a Dove or Irish Spring type guy. You feel me?
That's white people soap. Do you use white people soap? I don't like the smell of Irish Spring. It's too much. It's too strong.
I love Irish Spring. I think I'm more of a Dove guy though.
So do you use body wash or do you use?
I use bar soap for the under areas.
Okay.
And then I do the body wash for the whole body.
Okay. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit just now.
I'm not trying to have you visualize.
What about you? What about you, Queen? Huh?
I want to hear it from the callers.
But are you a body wash or just body wash or soap?
Both. Both
really?
are important. Yeah.
Here's the last question. I had this conversation with my sister.
And Dove is, first of all, Dove is definitely a beauty bar, and it's on point. It's not a soap. It's a beauty bar.
And it's not for men, right?
It is for men as well.
There's no men's Dove.
Yes, there is. And there's men's Dove deodorant even.
Okay. Do you wash your hair every day?
No.
Yeah, I was told that, and I thought it was crazy. Is that normal?
For black people. We don't wash our hair every day.
Men or women, you're not supposed to wash your hair every day.
I don't think so. I think you strip all of the natural oils.
The juices and berries.
Correct. I used to be an individual, especially after I got my hair twisted. I would literally wet my hair and wash it every day. And they said exactly what Robin said. Plus, it kind of stunts the growth a little bit, too.
It stunts your growth.
That's what I was told from an individual, so I don't know how true that is, but...
Is that true?
I don't know about that.
Water on your scalp stunts the hair follicles?
Well, I think it's the process of oils out every single day. I think it doesn't leave any natural oils maybe for your hair to grow. I can see that.
Very interesting. Let's go to the phones real fast. Get back to Kyrie, get back to Kanye, get back to Roger. Roger, give me your height, your color, and your hood, Roger.
Okay, Danny, my height is 6'3". I'm light-skinned because I'm not getting that vitamin D because the sun isn't out, so I'm back to being light-skinned again, but I prefer to be dark-skinned. And the hood that I'm from is Burbank, which is not a hood, the only drop of
Burbank chicken and drop that! Justin Bieber's hometown. How you doing tonight, huh?
All right, and thank you, Robin, because Danny was going to have me on weight till
she is the one that said let's get to the phone. She did.
You know he's from Bakersfield, so he's going to keep me on hold till the cows came home.
Oh, why you got to talk about the cows? Leave my homeboys out of this. Why you got to talk about the cows?
And you know what, Danny, a few weeks ago you had Hugh Beatty on. I know Hugh Beatty, but I know him as Brian. I didn't know him as Hugh Beatty. He's from the CTT from Compton. I know him, his four brothers, his two sisters, and his mother and father. Small world.
How do you know he's not in a witness protection program or something? You putting him out there telling his business all on the radio right now. How do you know?
Well, no, I think his father's name was Hugh, and that's his professional name. But he goes by Brian. That's why I didn't know him.
By the way, he might be listening.
All right, shout out to the wellness doctor.
What's on your mind tonight, Roger?
I want to remind people that the phone is smart, not them. Because they can go on the phone and Google this and Google that. They think they're smart, but you're not smart unless you can go back a couple of layers. To give you an example, you had the lady call in Fatima, Fahima, Fajima, whatever her name is, and she dropped some. And I'm just using her as an example. This is no attack on her. And she thought she was dropping some knowledge. The Willie Lynch story is fake, and it was proven that it was fake. And everybody read.
Okay, I ain't gonna let you coming in. Okay, you ain't gonna be saying that about no Miss Jenkins. That's all I'm saying. You better watch what you say about Fahima. That's the oracle, man.
Well, I can redirect to you and the boss. if you want me to, I can redirect in a minute. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, okay, she Googled and she saw the Willie Lynch, even though the minister did it at the million man mark. But when you go back a couple of layers, you realize that the author of the Willie Lynch letter, she didn't even know his name. His name is Charles Davis. He was a professor in North Carolina Central. He got it from a book called The Black Jacobins. That's where he got it from, that how to make a slave, that the women raised the boys to be weak and the girls to be strong. That's pretty much the essence of the Willie Lynch letter. But he got that information from a book called The Black Jacobins, written by C.L.R. James. Now, if you do research on C.L.R. James, he is a historian, and it's a story that he's telling about the Haitian Revolution. So I just used that to point out, like with Kyrie and like with Kanye and like with Fahima, where you can get just enough information to be dangerous. But you can't go back the layers you need to know so that you can conversationally talk about that subject. And I just use that as a point. And a couple of things you mentioned. You said that the earth isn't flat. What person proved that the world was round? What did you learn in the third grade? Who proved that the world was round?
Oh, no. No,
man. It was
Roger, you were doing so well.
Let me finish. Okay. It was Christopher Columbus. He proved that the world was round, and he also, Christopher Columbus. Now, when I first heard about the flat earth theory, I got it from a Cuban. And when the Cuban told me, I was like, that's crazy. That's why they won't let Cuba back into the world family, because Cuba teaches stuff like that. And so the first time I heard it, it came from a Cuban. And like you, I said, oh, that's crazy. Everybody knows the world is round. How does everybody know the world is round? Think of this. If you go to the moon with a telescope and you look at the world from the moon with a telescope, you know the moon that we went to in 1969 and we haven't been able to go back in 50 years? But if you go to the moon and you look and you take a telescope to the moon, you're going to tell me you can see somebody standing on the North Pole and the South Pole at the same time with the telescope and you're on the moon. That is impossible. That is impossible. You cannot see somebody standing on top of the earth and the bottom of the earth at the same time. And also, if you know about water, water is not going to be in a circle. You know, like all the other planets, we can't find water nowhere else in the universe. Yes, because you're not going to planet. You know, that's why water is only on the earth. Water's nowhere else. So some things that they've told us, we recently found out that Christopher Columbus didn't discover America. How many years did that take? 1492 to recently, 400 years? We believe that Christopher Columbus discovered America. Now his holiday is no longer his holiday. It's Indigenous People Day.
That's true.
You have cities.
All right.
Roger going in.
Roger, I'll let you run.
Roger going in.
Have yourself a nice night, okay?
All right. Well, like I said, sometimes when you're hearing stuff, your knee-jerk reaction, because you've been miseducated. That's why you have 12 years of compulsory education, so you can get miseducated, so you can believe things that are not true. And about the dinosaur, why is the dinosaur not mentioned in the Bible? Can you find anywhere in the Bible
it's
that
funny
it
you say
says
that. I used to ask that of my Sunday school teacher, and he used to get mad at me. Can you find it in the
I
used to say that too.
Okay,
Roger, we got to get more people on the phone. Last thing, I'll let you go.
Last thing, the first 3 words of the Bible says, in the beginning. Who was there in the beginning? Man, sick.
I used to ask that question
who
too.
Was there
I used to say,
of earth?
in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Who created God? And my Sunday school teacher, get out of here, Danny, right now.
Who was there to see it?
All right.
Well, let me go out of here.
All right, get out of here.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Roger.
There was no knowledge in that phone call, not one bit. I think when this country's story is written, I think that it's going to say that the advent of the internet was the worst thing that ever happened to us. Because there's some great information on there that we've learned more about ourselves as a people. And I mean the American people, not black people. But there's a whole lot of misinformation out there, too.
That's true, but it could be one of the best things at the same time that has happened to us. I think that, and I can't say anything. I can't say anything, and I can't debunk anything either because.
Flat Earth, yes, you can.
Well, I'm just saying I have not researched any of this, but I'm just saying I think that there's some truth to the fact that we believe what we've been told. And then as time goes on, there are some things that even scientists will be like, we got that wrong.
I'm with you.
As we go along. So we're just so quick to just adhere to everything that we've learned throughout the years, through textbooks, through what we believe. At some point down the line, some things have become revealed and that were untrue or they got it wrong. So I'm not so quick to be like, no, to anybody, giving information or maybe giving their thoughts on things, especially when you hear it over and over and over again. So that's all I'll say about that.
The scientists are not always right. I think we can admit, and they will even admit, yeah, we got this one wrong. I think when it comes to, maybe 20, 30 years from now, we'll look back on COVID-19 and think that maybe these masks weren't needed. I mean, there's a lot of things that we used to put mercury in our teeth. Did I say teeth? Teeth when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We thought that was brilliant. One of the dumbest ideas ever. They said wooden teeth when, back in the 1800s.
Yeah.
There's certain things that they thought were common sense back in the day.
Yeah.
But the more we learn, the more we get to know each other as a people, the more things start to make more sense. We get more clarity.
And
as far as flat earthers, though, that's already been debunked.
So even let's just super quickly talk about the government concealing the fact that there were UFOs for so long and finally came out and admitted that. Like they would try to pass off things that we would see with our own eyes and, record and things like that. And they would just, completely and say, no, that was a government, testing missiles or, just different things like that. And they finally came out and told the truth on it. So I'm just saying, What other things could be true that they've concealed?
I know there's aliens. You want to know why? Because I share a show with one. I've told you a million times.
Very interesting.
You are an alien.
Alien or a unicorn?
No, you're both. You and your husband over there with that perfect marriage and showing us
it is not
whatever.
Perfect marriage.
We all got what we want, and I don't know what it is. I'm going to come stay with y'all for about 6 months and figure out what to do. Go to the phone's real fast. Anonymous is on the phone? Anonymous, I guess I won't ask for your height, your color, and your hood, because ain't no way you're going to tell me. So what's on your mind tonight?
I'll tell you. I just want to tell you my name. I'm 6 feet. I'm the color of Denzel Washington, and although I'm a bit more handsome.
And what city are you calling from?
That may not be true. I'm from Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, check it in. He said he's the color of Denzel Washington. Excuse us. What's on your mind tonight?
Yes. Now, first of all, the word anti-Semitic or Semite, through history and the definition, you can look up the definition, I'm sure. I've heard the definition from scholars, and you may know this. Semitic people are not just Jews, even black Jews. Semitic, first of all, Palestinians. I think Arabs are Semitic. I know Palestinians are Semitic. I heard this from scholars. I'm going to look into it further, deeper. But in other words, Semitic is not just limited to Jews and European Jews. Words are created by man, so they take on different meanings, so that's, I guess the only way we could really know is, first of all, we'd have to, I guess there'd have to be a God, and the God could tell us, what is Semitic. Is Semitic just Jews or whatever? And a lot of our words, sometimes we have words that mean two different things. Only God can tell us what the proper word is, if there is a God. Now, but the powers that be, the people who have heavy influence, all of a sudden they just put it out there, maybe slowly, subtly, but now it's strong. Now they got everybody. It's just the perception is that Semitic means Jews. If you're anti-Semitic, you're anti-Jewish. And that's just, and people accept that. 95 or 90% of the people, you say somebody's anti-Semitic, that means they're anti-Jewish.
Yeah.
If anything that happens to Jews, synagogue is bombed, or maybe the Jews are attacked, whatever. Anti-Semitism. But you notice when they'll talk about Palestinians, a lot of people, they don't like Palestinians. They're pro-Israel. They say all Palestinians are terrorists.
Anonymous, I'll come back to you on the other side. I'm up against it. Hold on a second, okay?
Okay.
News and traffic right now. We come back to Anonymous on the other side. Danny Mo Show, KBLA. Stay there.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Races in 5 states will determine which party will take control of Congress after the midterm elections. In Arizona, Senator Mark Kelly is holding a tight lead over Republican challenger Blake Masters. In Georgia, Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and Republican Herschel Walker are neck and neck. President Biden and former President Obama are urging voters to hit the polls. The duo posted a video on Twitter asking the American people to cast their ballots. Voters will decide important state ballot measures. California, Michigan, Vermont, Kentucky, and Montana have proposals to either limit access to abortion or establish it as a right. Vermont, Oregon, and Tennessee have initiatives that would remove language in their constitutions that still allow for some form of slavery. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers will have a harder time getting a win tonight at Utah. LeBron James is out of the lineup because of soreness in his left foot. The Clippers are at home tonight against Cleveland. The Cavaliers are riding an 8-game winning streak. 3 Pac-12 schools are in the top 10 of this week's AP college football rankings. Number 6, Oregon. Number 8, USC. And number 9, UCLA. Another NFL head coach was kicked to the curb. The Indianapolis coach, struggling with a 3-5-1 record, fired Frank Reich today. His replacement, ESPN analyst Jeff Saturday. Saturday was a 6-time Pro Bowl center with the Colts. Don't be fooled. The Colts were thinking about Saturday long before today. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at the MVP Review.
If you're the victim of a car accident, call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review.
Call me your MVP.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversations, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Power to the people. So what you and I have got to do is get involved. In order to do this, we're starting a voters registration drive. It's going to be the ballot or the bullet. After we get our people registered, we can then organize that voting strength and channel it in a direction that will get immediate results for the benefit of our people.
Malcolm X recognized the importance of the vote as a fundamental tool of black political power and civic engagement. Become part of the national movement to defend and help make our a more perfect union. Let's use all the tools at our disposal. Register to vote and then cast your ballot on or by November 8th.
Paid for by the African American Voter Registration Education and Participation Project.
Our Weekly Los Angeles is the largest audited black newspaper in the state of California with a distribution of over 50,000 copies weekly. Pick up a copy every Thursday to get the latest news on African American communities of LA. You can also keep up with what's going on in Los Angeles and surrounding cities by going to www.ourweekly.com. The Our Weekly website is updated daily with the current news about us and for us. For your advertising needs, Our Weekly offers economical advertising packages to fit your budget. Feel free to call Our Weekly Los Angeles at 323-905-1300 or visit the website at www.ourweekly.com. Our Weekly Los Angeles, reporting news that matters to you.
Judges make life-altering decisions every day, but we rarely know anything about them. Their names sit at the bottom of our ballots, and when it's time to bubble in our vote, we aren't sure who to pick, or worse, this November, we must vote for community lawyers who will bring fresh perspectives and experiences to the LA Superior Court. The Defenders of Justice are 4 women running to become your next local judges. They are Holly Hancock, Elizabeth Lashley Hines, Ana Flaki-Raytano, and Carolyn G. Young Park. Learn more at thedefendersofjustice2022.com. This ad was paid for by Justice PAC by La Defensa, a project tied to advocacy for Hancock, Lashley Hines, Raytano, and Park for Judge 2022. Major committee funding from La Defensa, Project of Tied Advocacy, Progressive Era PAC, and Smart Justice California Action Fund.
You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580. Rock Hammer State.
Rock Hammer gonna be here in LA, I think. Next month, I think. I'm gonna try to get that. Heaters. Number heaters. To God. Rock Hammer.
Follow me
into a solo, get in the flow, and you can picture like a photo.
Now one cuss word, listen.
Maintain to make melodies for MCs, motivation to break some everlasting. I can go on for days and days with rhyme displays that engrave deep as X-rays. I can take a phrase that's rarely heard, flip it, now the daily word. I can get iller than all, I'm killing bomb, but no alarm. Rock Kimmer remains calm. Self-esteem make you super superb and supreme. Before a microphone, still I fiend. This was a tape. I wasn't supposed to break. I was supposed to wait, but let's motivate. I want to see it, keep following and swallowing. Taking the midday, fighting, keep falling. Brothers try and others die to get the formula, but I'ma let you sweat. You still ain't warm. You a step away from frozen, stiff as if you're posing. Dig into my brain as the rhyme gets chosen. So follow me, and while you're thinking you were first, let's travel at magnificent speeds around the universe. What would you say as the earth gets further and further away? Planets small, the balls of clay are swaying through the Milky Way. World's out of sight, far as the eye can see, not even a satellite. Now, as you stand in darkness, your knowledge took. So keep staring, soon you suddenly see a star. You better follow it, cause this the all. This is a lesson if you're guessing, let your ball in. Hurry, hurry, step right off and keep following the leader.
You are checking out the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
Not my favorite, but still a heater.
Definitely a heater.
What's your favorite rock and joint?
Oh man. I'd have to look into his catalog.
I'm gonna go I Ain't No Joke. How did you not play I Ain't No Joke, man? Come on. Give me a piece of I Ain't No Jokes. Easily the best one from Eric B. and Rakim. Are you serious? Come on. What? What? Listen to this. I ain't no joke fire, right?
I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Now I slam it when I'm done and make sure it's broke. When I'm gone, no one gets wrong, cause I won't let nobody press up and mess up the scene I set. I like to stand in the crowd and watch the people wonder, damn. I think about it, then you understand. I'm just an addict, addicted to music. Maybe it's a habit. I gotta use it, even if it's jazz or a quiet storm. I hook a beat up, convert it into hip-hop form. Write a rhyme and graffiti in every show you see me in. Deep concentration, cause I'm no comedian. Jokes are wild, if you want to be tame.
How about check out my melody? How about Paid in Full? Those are some good ones. See, when I told you before and I said he whistles,
yeah,
you tried to clown me on my whistle. It's check out my melody.
Yeah, he does.
You thought I was tripping.
I thought you were just saying in general. That's what
man, I tried to do the whistle and you clown me. Nah, check out my melody and Paid in Full have probably got to be a couple of my favorites.
Paid in Full is probably their biggest hit.
Probably the biggest.
That thing was sampled. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. When I tell you, word for word, this is.
You know that song work? Don't come on. We don't do that one.
Maybe that's our verses. Maybe that's our verses. The word for word.
Remember I asked you before if there was gun to head, a song, a rap song you could perform word for word without messing up. Is it Paid in Full?
It could be Paid in Full.
Thinking of a mass plan. You could do it.
Come on, man. But don't play with me. Don't play with me.
That's a great verses. Andy, that's a great verses. 7 hip-hop songs, the first verse, without messing up.
What if we both don't mess up, though?
That'd be fine. We'll have fun.
Okay, it's fun. It is fun. It's a concert.
Let's go back to the phones. Anonymous, back on the phones. You were making a case, right?
Yeah. Now, you have several people, Jews and non-Jews. When Palestinians, they talk about Palestinians, say they're terrorists. They're all terrorists, which is erroneous. Untrue, or they'll say Palestinians, they're allies of the terrorists. They're just no good people. Now those people who make those accusations, they're never called anti-Semitic. Even though the Palestinians are Semitic. You have several cases of where white Jewish Israelis go and murder groups of Palestinians, women, children, men, babies. At wedding receptions or whatever, celebrations, whatever, killed multiple, killings, murders, and they're never called anti-Semitic, because the word, the acceptance of the word, the assumed meaning of the word that if you're anti-Semitic, you're anti-Jewish. Semitic is Jewish, now which is wrong. Let's see, what else?
It sounds like the words your mouth is anyone that says anything negative or disparaging against the Jewish faith is seen as anti-Semitic. Someone else made that case earlier. Is that what you're saying?
A lot of people have that mindset. Not necessarily everyone, but the people who are educated and have intelligence, they know if you criticize, sometimes there are legitimate criticism of Jews or Israel. But, a whole lot of people, maybe most people, because the Jews have power. They're the richest group in this country or the world. You look it up, Google. Not me saying it.
No,
it's
sure.
just, and it's not. And for probably most people, or a whole lot of people, if you say anything about Israel, you say they're not fair to the Palestinians, or they're illegally, those settlements are illegal. The UN is by certain UN and other people, it's kind of known that those Palestinians at that area, when those Jews move in, they destroy their homes, they move people out, sometimes kill people, settlers and other military. That's illegal. Those Jewish settlements are illegal. They continue doing it. But guess what? The Jews have the power. Nobody, the people in power, the UN would criticize this country, president or America, politicians. They don't criticize it at all.
But let me bring it back. I want to bring it back to the more superficial level and as it relates to African Americans, though. And Rodney, let me toss it to you. Let's be honest here. If a group of people in this country said that black people are too loud,
yeah,
what would we say?
Yeah,
they're racist.
Mm-hmm.
Would we not say that? So why can't Jewish people say if you criticize us, it's anti-Semitic?
Yeah, well, here's the issue. We all do it to each other. We all have these prejudices that, don't get me wrong, could become racist, right? But to a certain degree, we can't just say, oh, they're racist without admitting, yeah, we actually do. So you giving us those characteristics when we when we're all together.
Can you hear me?
Sure.
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, it's wrong. You could say, you could say some black people are loud, or some black people are too loud.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could say some Jews are crooks. You should not say Jews are crooks, but you got some Jews crooks. You got let's see, who's a
So going by what you're saying, not to cut you off, why can't we identify Kyrie Irving as anti-Semitic? Because he did not identify people specifically. As a matter of fact, when Kanye was in that interview recently, the guy said, why don't you say specifically the individuals that wronged you instead of castigating an entire group of people?
Okay. Maybe now Kanye, he was probably wrong when he said, I'm going to go DEFCON on Jews, or if he's, here's the thing, and I'm sure you know this. To make a blanket statement, to generalize and say
anytime
Jews are this way, you could say some are that way. Yeah, some Jews are crooks. You got Michael Milken, Ivan Brodsky, they Wall Street, stole from Wall Street. You know for a fact, or I'll ask you, do you know that Jews slaves?
I did not know that.
European. You did not. Yeah, look it up. And it's not denied. Nobody denies it. And the Jews are involved in the slave trade, the reselling slaves. Lehman Brothers, Jewish company, that's how they were developed. They got their success on the slave trade. Many other Jewish countries, so Jews own slaves. In fact, look it up. And I don't have my notes here with me.
No, but, I believe I got a lot of stuff being sent to me right now. As a matter of fact, Abid, I see you. Send me that stuff too. But
as a matter of fact, one fact it said that like 80% of the Jews, and they're talking about white Jews who came here, European Jews, said 80% of North Carolina, some other southern states, 80% of Jews own slaves.
But I only go back, and I got to let you go because I'm up against it here. I'll ask you an overarching question. You answer it however you want. What's the point? What are we trying to accomplish by asking these questions?
The point is to get the truth out there. See, the Jews are the darlings of America. It's like Jews can do no wrong, or actually they're afraid of the Jews because the Jews have power. They have a lot of money. They are the richest group. They donate to these politicians. Also, to be a Christian. By the way, do you
claim to be a Christian? Jesus.
Huh?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you believe in the Bible? That the Bible is the Word of God? That everything in the Bible is true?
I do believe that. Yes, I do.
Okay, and I assume you've read the whole Bible, right? Front to back.
Front to back, back to front, multiple times.
Okay. So now you know that in the Old Testament, in several places. I know one in the Jews in Persia at the time. For a while, Jews were kind of oppressed and stuff. Then they became power. They became powerful, and in Persia, it says many people became Jews. They were not Jews. They became Jews. So that means you just say, "Wait, we're Jewish," and therefore the Jews today, these white European Jews, they might not be Jews by blood. They may be Jews by religion, you know. Okay. And so somebody like Steven Spielberg or some of these other people, Tony Curtis, he was Jewish. Okay. They're not Jews by blood.
I'll leave you with this. And everybody's making these points to me.
And some blacks are the true Jews. Some blacks are Jews.
Blacks are the true Jews. Okay, but basically what you're telling me right now.
Don't put that blanket statement. I didn't say all blacks are Jews.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I would say some blacks are.
Okay, going by what you're saying, if some blacks are the true Jews, is it not possible that black people killed Jesus?
It's possible, but see, I don't necessarily know that. That Bible is the truth. Was there Jesus? I don't know. But let me ask you this.
I gotta go. I'm up against it. I gave you time, Anonymous. I gave you time. I gotta let you go. It's funny how they stumble a little bit when you ask them a direct question like that. So the black people killed Jesus? Is that where we at? Danny Morrison Show, KBLA State.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles, midday to nighttime. Like George and Weezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Janet Jackson set to launch worldwide tour. Maisha Cairo here. It's time for your K-Black Minute News. Source reveals that Janet Jackson's latest tour will focus on the reissue of her 97 album, The Velvet Rope, as well as some brand new material. Janet has been working on staging shows after she canceled her Black Diamond shows back in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The sister of the late Michael Jackson has produced 11 albums and sold 100 million records during her 30-year career. Fun fact, in a recent interview, Jackson revealed that the album, Velvet Rope, which includes hits like Together Again and I Get Lonely, was the hardest one for her to record. Funny thing is, it debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 with 3 singles also topping the charts. Will you see Janet in concert? Let us know on socials at KBLA 1580.
Haven't voted yet? Save time and avoid the Election Day lines by voting early. Visit plan.lavote.gov to find a vote center in your neighborhood and stop by before Tuesday, November 8th.
Show them who we are.
KBLA Talk 1580 has not one, but 2 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend giveaways for KBLA Talk 1580 listeners. Friday, November 11th starts your weekend with a private screening of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, dinner for 2, and an overnight stay at the W Hotel Hollywood. On Saturday, be our guest to the KBLA Wakanda Forever brunch and pool party. Win a KBLA Wakanda Forever weekend at the W Hotel Hollywood. It's simple to enter. Open the KBLA Talk 1580 app and enter to win. 2 winners will be announced Thursday, November 10th. Listen to KBLA Talk 1580 to find out if you will experience the KBLA Talk 1580 Wakanda Forever weekend, starting Friday, November 11th at the W Hotel Hollywood. Black Panther Wakanda Forever private screening, dinner for 2, overnight stay at the W Hotel Hollywood, brunch and pool party on Saturday. Download the KBLA app and enter to win the KBLA Talk 1580 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend. Black Panther Wakanda Forever opens November 11th in theaters nationwide, but there's only one way to win the KBLA Talk 1580 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend. Open the KBLA Talk 1580 app and enter to win the KBLA Talk 1580 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend, sponsored by Top Shelf Getaways.
Only the most broken people can be great leaders.
Haven't voted yet? Save time and avoid the Election Day lines by voting early. Visit plan.lavote.gov to find a vote center in your neighborhood and stop by before Tuesday, November 8th.
The Institute for Diversity Certification is all about the 3 Ds: dedication, determination, and discipline. Learn more about our globally recognized diversity certification program today by calling 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or visit diversitycertification.org. As the #1 organization for certified diversity professionals and also certified diversity executive credentials, diversitycertification.org will provide an opportunity for you to demonstrate dedication to the field, determination to make progress, and more discipline to your process. Go today and learn more about the diversity certification system. Call 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or go to diversitycertification.org. That's diversitycertification.org. The standard of excellence, equity, diversity, and inclusion.
Roll out! The Nissan is proud to be a partner of KBLA, and right now during their fall sales event, 0 down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. They're located conveniently on Redondo Beach Boulevard at Western, and they specialize in helping folks out who have no credit, bad credit, bankruptcies, or repos. The folks at Gardena Nissan will take fantastic care of you and help you get into the car you need and deserve at a spectacular price. Visit them today or shop online at GardinaNissan.com. The all-new Gardena Nissan is proud to be a partner of KBLA, and right now during their fall sales event, 0 down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. For the best deals, log on to GardinaNissan.com. 0 down on approved credit. GardinaNissan.com. Roll out!
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
What a great conversation tonight. Wow. Passionate, aggressive, honest. My DMs are on fire, and I'll give it to you guys. These conversations, we'll have these from time to time. Another type of conversation like this tomorrow, not necessarily this conversation, because I hate harping on this. It's Kyrie and Kanye. I just hate it. But I love when black people can come together and share dialogue with one another. And I love showing that we're not some monolith because, you know, the rest of the country believes that we all vote the same way, we think the same way, we all like the same music, we all eat the same food. Not true. Not true. We've proven tonight and a lot of different, you know, we're a multifaceted type people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think that this, it may be not specifically Ye and Kyrie, but this topic, it is very interesting. I don't even think it's a one night type of conversation.
Drag it to tomorrow, you think?
Somehow, and it doesn't necessarily have to be about the movie or, you know, what they're saying or them being reprimanded and being, you know, I'm not sure what the topic is yet, but I think that there's something deeper here that it obviously for everybody to feel so passionately, like even the callers are feeling passionate about their stance on it. Even you and I, we had a whole, you know, debate on what we thought. There's something to that, and I think that it deserves a larger conversation.
How about this for tomorrow? Are we giving our entertainers too much power? I think that's the topic. It seems like any time the African American community, thank you, I appreciate that, Andy. Anytime the African American community is faced with a controversy of some sort to where we have to put a mirror in our faces, a celebrity is the one that broaches the subject. Maybe that's the topic. Seems like it happens over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And it seems like we're pushing back, and the MAGA Republicans are doing the same thing. They're pushing back against the intellects in their communities. And you and I talk about education on the show all the time. I always listen to those that are far smarter than me. I listen to Tavis Smileys, you know what I'm saying? I listen to people that are far smarter than me that know what they're talking about. And if we don't start paying attention to those that know and stop giving so much credence to someone like Kyrie Irving and Kanye West, White Lives Matter, we're in trouble.
Well, I think that, and I also think that it's important that we find out things for ourselves. Of education that we do is listening to people and taking it at face value. when I don't think that's where it stops. I think you can listen to it, you can be intrigued by it, you could believe it even, but you should prove it and back it up with your own research.
But don't you have to trust the people that are telling you that? And some, like when you go to any university, any institution in this country, you got to trust what the teachers are teaching, right?
Yeah, but I've always felt like, you know, to a certain degree, yeah, you know, we believe that you've studied up on it, you've done your, you know, you've done all the hard work for us, right? But it doesn't stop there. You know, how many times have teachers been proven wrong? You know, you've seen that in classrooms where a student is just like, actually, you know, X, Y, and Z, and you know, the teacher's like, oh, whoa, that was right. No, you know, further research or whatever. We've seen it happen time and time again, but that's my point. My point is that you can trust someone well enough to you know, be open to what people say. You know, I'm not saying that everybody is wrong. I think that, yeah, people who have made that their life's work, you know, they have done some of their own research and everything like that, and they might be scholars or whatever. To uphold these people and their value, and they're very important to the school system, to the educational, you know, system. That's true. But I feel like never take something just at face value. Always, even if you trust it and you believe this person, or you trust this person for the most part, and you know that they don't mean any harm, or that they're not trying to misguide you or mislead you. It's still important that you go and get your own information.
In addition to,
it's just like voting. You know, segue. You can't take, you know, you might love me, trust how I roll in my life, and you'd be like, Robin, who are you voting for? And I can tell you X, Y, Z. And that's fair. That's great. And be like, okay, well, Robin, that was off. You led me to a great start. Let me go and use those same people that you just said, that you just stated that you're voting for, and let me go do my own research for them. So I'm just saying, take everything that you learn, even if it's from someone that you trust, and, you know, take it as your own information.
Very well said. We're going to have to come to a culmination of some sort in the black community and determine who, what entity, what institution, what organization we trust with our information. Because I think we're all over the place right now.
As a people, sure. I say KBLA is a great
start.
Come on,
man. That's right there. You talk about a segue. That's what I'm talking about right there.
It's a great start. Some true intelligent scholars in this station. I'm telling you, it's a great place to start.
That's why you should start your morning with Dominique and Tavis every single morning.
For sure.
It's like if you really want some of that knowledge.
It's like if you want to go to school.
You know what I'm saying?
You ready to go to school?
Matter of fact, y'all gonna hear Dominique. You know what her show from this morning, right? Right, Andy? Yeah. The pre-recorded version. I'm telling you, Dominique 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then Tavis come in, kick the doors open until noon. If you don't learn something in them 6 hours, you can't be taught.
That's a fact.
You Kyrie Irving, something wrong with you.
Don't do something like that.
Hey, real quick, give me Jerry for 30 seconds here. Give me Jerry. Jerry, give me your height, your color, and your hood, Jerry.
6'3", Caucasian.
Beverly. He'll check it in. Drop that. Come on.
Why do aliens from other planets disappear when the media arrive?
Why? Is this a joke?
Why do aliens from other planets disappear when the media arrive?
Why?
Because they're not here yet. They never have been here.
Get out of here.
They're out there. They're not here yet. The aliens from other planets are not here.
Speaking of this,